We've been doing the work, learning the patterns, conjugating the verbs, singing the songs. So today, no new lesson. Today's your checkpoint. 3 parts, 3 ways to find out where you are right now in your Spanish journey using Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish. And yes, there will be dancing. Vamos. Part 1 has 50 words in English. You should be able to say the Spanish equivalent using your knowledge of the cognate patterns. Part 2 is also in English and goes through 20 different verbs. In Part 3, all 20 statements and questions are in Spanish, and your job is to check your understanding. You don't necessarily have to translate everything, but as you read, check to see if you are understanding. And you know we have music in every lesson. Today's clip doesn't have any lyrics, but rather it's some of the best dancing you'll ever see, straight from Cuba. Before Michael Jackson did the moonwalk, there was Rafael, Felo, Bacallao, and the Orquesta Aragón. We'll celebrate the end of each section with some music. You're going to love it. Vamos. Most of the verbs you're reviewing are in the simple past tense, the preterite, and we've mainly focused on the yo form, the I, and that third person singular, as well as the you, usted form. We also looked at talking about the future with boy and ba, and I hope you remember what these are there to help you with. Before you see the 50 words, here's a quick review of the 15 cognate patterns that will appear in part 1. Do you remember going back? These were a few lessons ago. Even though these are the same, it's the pronunciation that changes. So, identical posible, right? Then we did these cognates. You remember these? With the ista words, we don't change the ending. It's just the el or a la if it's a man or a woman who is in that profession. Remember the pronunciation, like father, electricidad. And we did these, imaginary, imaginario, easy peasy. This was in the previous lesson. And if words become evos, creative becomes creativo. For part 1, there are 3 slides for a total of 50 words. Madrigal budgets about 15 minutes to complete this task, but take as long as you need. Pause the video, and then we'll review the answers when you're ready. Excelente, muy bien. Let's check your answers and see how you did. El actor, natural, la situación, el favor, elástico o elástica, probable, el restaurante, artístico, superior, el doctor o la doctora, importante, urgente, el o la cliente, personal, la licencia, aspirina, descriptivo, curiosidad, delicioso, el presidente o la presidenta, la agencia, flexible, atractivo, la sardina, terrible, generoso, la invitación, insignificante, famoso, el o la optimista, la acción, meticuloso, el o la pianista, prosperidad, la universidad, la producción, la distancia, la medicina, televisión, mágico, la coincidencia, activo, electricidad, la recomendación, excelente, la tendencia, la responsabilidad, el mecánico or la mecánica, comunidad, and fantástico. And you know these are adjectives, so it depends on if the noun is an masculine noun or a feminine noun, whether you use the o or the a. And I just put a little star here. The word tendencia is actually the word they use when they talk about something is trending, like on TikTok. And Madrigal says that if you got 44 out of 50 correct, you are a superior learner, and I would call you a pattern recognizer. Excelentísimo. Congratulations, you passed part 1. To celebrate, we have an orchestra from Cuba. Vamos. So now it's time to celebrate with the Orquesta Aragón from Cuba. They have been active since 1939. This orchestra has had different members throughout its history. They are still one of the most famous and respected orchestras in Cuba today. And when you watch Rafael Felo Bacallao, he was with the orchestra from 1959 until 1993, 34 years. And his dancing is what made them even more famous. You'll see why. So let's celebrate. Part 2 has just one slide. However, Madrigal does recognize that this is a very challenging task. So take your time, pause it, and I'll be here when you finish. You've got this. Excelentísimo, muy bien. So let's check your answers real quick. Preparé. ¿Tomó usted? No invité. Visité. ¿Habló usted? Roberto habló. Compré. ¿Compró usted? Voy a invitar. ¿Va a visitar? Voy a Cuba. No preparé. Invité. Roberto visitó. ¿Va a comprar? Voy a tomar. Voy a hablar. Hablé. ¿Va a hablar? Voy a preparar. And Madrigal says that if you got 17 out of 20, you are in the superior category. Congratulations. I would call you a time traveler because you can conjugate verbs in the past, present, and the future. Excellent. 2 parts finished, 1 more to go. Time to celebrate. You're almost there. You've made it to part 3. Only 2 slides here. All of the statements and questions are all in Spanish, so this is your chance to check your understanding. I'll see you in a few minutes where we can celebrate your progress. Muy bien. You made it. That was the end, part 3. So these are the answer to those 2 slides. I'm not going to read through these. You can just check your answers on the English side there and see if that's what you were understanding. So that's slide 1. You can pause it here. And this is slide 2. And if you were able to score 17 out of 20 of those correct, Madrigal also counts you in the superior class. Congratulations on your hard work. I would consider you to be a Spanish thinker. Muy bien. Keep up with your great studies. Way to go! You finished part 3 and you are now finished checking your progress. I hope you are delighted with how much you've learned and how far you've come in this journey to learn Spanish. Let's celebrate one last time listening to Orquesta Aragón and being thrilled with the magical dance moves of Rafael Felo Bacallao. You can review all of what we did today in Madrigal's Magic Key to Spanish and hope to see you for our next lesson where we will dive into Chapter 12. We're continuing to explore the future tense and we'll be adding the we form and the third person plural. So you won't want to miss that. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you here. Thank you for joining me at Tentáculo, Clases y Cultura. Yo me llamo Kelly. Muchas gracias y nos vemos.